Let's analyze the breakdown of service upgrades and who typically performs them. Out of 24 total service upgrades, 12 were completed by licensed electricians. 10 of these upgrades were undertaken by the homeowner themselves, and the remaining 2 service upgrades were handled by general contractors. When you add these figures together, 10 plus 2 plus 12, the result is 24, which confirms the total number of service upgrades. The key takeaway is that electricians carried out 12 out of the 24 service upgrades. This means that exactly half, or 50%, of the service upgrades were performed by qualified electricians. Understanding who performs these upgrades provides valuable insights into the electrical service industry and highlights the importance of licensed professionals in ensuring safe and compliant electrical work. If you are considering a service upgrade, always consult with a qualified electrician to ensure the work is done safely and correctly. Improper electrical work can be dangerous and can create significant safety hazards. Let's delve a bit deeper into each category of who performs these service upgrades, starting with licensed electricians. Electricians undergo extensive training and apprenticeships to become proficient in electrical work. They are knowledgeable about electrical codes, safety regulations, and best practices. Hiring a licensed electrician ensures that the service upgrade is performed according to industry standards, minimizing the risk of electrical hazards and ensuring compliance with local regulations. Electricians also have the expertise to properly size conductors, install overcurrent protection devices, and ground the electrical system, all of which are critical for safe and reliable operation. Next, let's consider homeowners undertaking service upgrades themselves. While some homeowners may possess basic electrical knowledge, service upgrades often involve complex wiring, high-voltage circuits, and potential safety hazards. Performing a service upgrade without proper training and experience can be extremely dangerous and can lead to serious injury, fire, or even death. Additionally, homeowner-performed electrical work may not meet local codes or regulations, potentially resulting in fines or insurance complications. It is generally advisable for homeowners to leave service upgrades to qualified electricians. Finally, we have general contractors who may also perform service upgrades. General contractors typically oversee various aspects of construction or renovation projects, including electrical work. However, not all general contractors are licensed electricians or possess the necessary expertise to perform service upgrades safely and correctly. It is essential to verify that the general contractor has the appropriate electrical qualifications or subcontracts the electrical work to a licensed electrician. This ensures that the service upgrade is performed by a qualified professional who is knowledgeable about electrical codes and safety regulations. Choosing the right professional for a service upgrade is crucial for ensuring safety, compliance, and long-term reliability. Licensed electricians possess the necessary training, experience, and expertise to perform these upgrades safely and according to industry standards. While homeowners and general contractors may sometimes undertake service upgrades, it is generally advisable to leave this work to qualified electricians to minimize risks and ensure proper installation. Now, let's discuss some specific considerations for service upgrades. A service upgrade typically involves replacing the existing electrical panel with a new one that has a higher amperage rating. This allows the homeowner to increase the amount of electricity available to power appliances, lighting, and other electrical devices. Service upgrades may also be necessary when adding new circuits, installing energy-efficient appliances, or renovating a home. The first step in a service upgrade is to determine the existing electrical load and the anticipated future load. This involves calculating the total amperage required to power all of the electrical devices in the home. A licensed electrician can perform a load calculation to accurately determine the appropriate size for the new electrical panel. The size of the electrical panel is measured in amps. Common sizes for residential electrical panels include 100 amps, 150 amps, 200 amps, and 400 amps. The appropriate size depends on the size of the home, the number of electrical devices, and the anticipated future load. Once the appropriate size has been determined, the electrician will obtain the necessary permits from the local building department. Permits are required to ensure that the service upgrade complies with local codes and regulations. The electrician will then disconnect the existing electrical service and remove the old electrical panel. The new electrical panel will be installed and connected to the electrical service. The electrician will also install new circuit breakers and wiring as needed. Once the service upgrade is complete, the electrician will inspect the installation to ensure that it meets all applicable codes and regulations. The electrician will also test the new electrical panel to ensure that it is functioning properly. Finally, the electrician will provide the homeowner with documentation showing that the service upgrade has been completed and inspected. In addition to ensuring adequate amperage, service upgrades can also improve the safety and reliability of the electrical system. Older electrical panels may have outdated wiring, corroded connections, or other issues that can pose safety hazards. Replacing the old panel with a new one can improve the overall safety of the home and reduce the risk of electrical fires or shocks. Service upgrades can also improve the reliability of the electrical system. Older electrical panels may be prone to tripping breakers, flickering lights, or other electrical problems. Replacing the old panel with the new one can eliminate these problems and ensure a more reliable electrical supply. When considering a service upgrade, it is important to choose a licensed electrician with experience in performing these types of upgrades. The electrician should be knowledgeable about local codes and regulations and should be able to provide a detailed estimate of the cost of the upgrade. The electrician should also be able to answer any questions that the homeowner may have about the service upgrade process. Another important consideration is the type of electrical panel to install. There are two main types of electrical panels, namely circuit breaker panels and fuse panels. Circuit breaker panels are more common in modern homes and are generally considered to be safer and more reliable than fuse panels. Fuse panels use fuses to protect circuits from overcurrent, while circuit breaker panels use circuit breakers. Circuit breakers are resettable, while fuses must be replaced after they blow. When choosing an electrical panel, it is important to select one that is listed by a recognized testing laboratory such as Underwriters Laboratories. This ensures that the panel has been tested and meets safety standards. The electrical panel should also be sized appropriately for the anticipated electrical load. It is better to choose a panel that is slightly larger than needed, rather than one that is too small. This will provide additional capacity for future electrical needs. Finally, it is important to ensure that the electrical panel is properly grounded. Grounding provides a path for fault current to flow back to the electrical source, which helps to protect against electrical shock. The grounding system should be inspected and tested periodically to ensure that it is functioning properly. In addition to the electrical panel, other components of the electrical service may also need to be upgraded. These components include the service entrance cable, the meter socket, and the grounding electrode system. The service entrance cable is the cable that connects the electrical service to the electrical panel. The meter socket is the socket that houses the electrical meter. The grounding electrode system is the system of grounding rods or plates that are used to ground the electrical system. All of these components should be inspected and upgraded as needed to ensure that the electrical service is safe and reliable. When upgrading the electrical service, it is important to use high-quality materials and components. This will help to ensure that the service is durable and long-lasting. It is also important to follow all applicable codes and regulations. Failure to comply with codes and regulations can result in fines or other penalties. Service upgrades can be a significant investment, but they are essential for ensuring the safety and reliability of the electrical system. By choosing a qualified electrician and using high-quality materials, homeowners can ensure that their service upgrades are done properly and will provide years of reliable service. Let's summarize the key points about service upgrades. Firstly, a service upgrade involves replacing the existing electrical panel with a new one that has a higher amperage rating. Secondly, service upgrades may be necessary when adding new circuits, installing energy-efficient appliances, or renovating a home. Thirdly, the first step in a service upgrade is to determine the existing electrical load and the anticipated future load. Fourthly, a licensed electrician can perform a load calculation to accurately determine the appropriate size for the new electrical panel. Fifthly, the electrician will obtain the necessary permits from the local building department. Sixthly, the electrician will disconnect the existing electrical service and remove the old electrical panel. Seventhly, the new electrical panel will be installed and connected to the electrical service. Eighthly, the electrician will also install new circuit breakers and wiring as needed. Ninthly, once the service upgrade is complete, the electrician will inspect the installation to ensure that it meets all applicable codes and regulations. Tenthly, the electrician will also test the new electrical panel to ensure that it is functioning properly. And 11thly, the electrician will provide the homeowner with documentation showing that the service upgrade has been completed and inspected. Remember that electrical work can be dangerous and should only be performed by qualified professionals. If you are not comfortable working with electricity, always hire a licensed electrician to do the job. This will ensure that the work is done safely and correctly and that your home is protected from electrical hazards. Let's now talk about electrical safety tips for homeowners. Electricity is a powerful force that can be dangerous if not handled properly. Homeowners should always be aware of electrical safety hazards and take precautions to prevent accidents. Here are some important electrical safety tips for homeowners. Firstly, never overload electrical circuits. Overloading a circuit can cause the wires to overheat and start a fire. Avoid plugging too many appliances into a single outlet or extension cord. Secondly, use extension cords safely. Extension cords are intended for temporary use only. Do not use extension cords as a permanent wiring solution. Choose extension cords that are the correct size for the appliances being used. Do not run extension cords under rugs or furniture, where they can be damaged. Thirdly, keep electrical appliances away from water. Water conduct electricity, so it is important to keep electrical appliances away from water sources. Never use electrical appliances in the bathroom or kitchen while your hands are wet. Fourthly, inspect electrical cords and plugs regularly. Check electrical cords and plugs for damage, such as frayed wires or cracked insulation. Replace damaged cords and plugs immediately. Fifthly, use ground fault circuit interrupters, also known as GFCIs. GFCIs are special outlets that can detect ground faults and quickly shut off power to the circuit. GFCIs should be installed in bathrooms, kitchens, and other areas where water is present. Sixthly, install smoke detectors and carbon monoxide detectors. Smoke detectors and carbon monoxide detectors can save lives by alerting you to fires and carbon monoxide leaks. Test smoke detectors and carbon monoxide detectors regularly to ensure that they are working properly. Seventhly, have your electrical system inspected regularly. A qualified electrician can inspect your electrical system to identify potential hazards and ensure that it is functioning safely. Schedule a professional electrical inspection every few years. Eighthly, be aware of the signs of electrical problems. Some signs of electrical problems include flickering lights, tripping circuit breakers, and outlets that are warm to the touch. If you notice any of these signs, have your electrical system inspected by a qualified electrician. Ninthly, teach children about electrical safety. Teach children about the dangers of electricity and how to use electrical appliances safely. Supervise children when they are using electrical appliances. Tenthly, if you are not comfortable working with electricity, always hire a licensed electrician to do the job. This will ensure that the work is done safely and correctly, and that your home is protected from electrical hazards. Finally, remember that electricity is a powerful force that can be dangerous if not handled properly. By following these electrical safety tips, homeowners can reduce the risk of electrical accidents and keep their homes safe.